Hey everyone, this is Silent Knight here with some news that anyone that's had an interest in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers universe anyway, they probably know by now that Saban and Lionsgate Studios have announced that they're making a new movie based on the original series, with the intent of making it a franchise. Now this is just a video response to Black Nerd Comedy's video talking about that fact, and I'm going to go a little in depth about his question of what you'd like to see in the upcoming movie, or what I'd like to see in the upcoming movie anyway. Now, there's a lot to consider here, because as a moviegoer, I tend to take adaptations for what they are, just loose retellings of the original source to appeal to a specific group. In this case, it's going to be a general audience. Now, this goes double for the movies based on games, comics, what have you, but I'll try to judge them as a movie, period. But because of that, and because of that general audience mindset, I'd like to see a reboot like this have some point where they could be shown going into training, not like how they did in the old shows where here's your belt buckle, now you're a ninja. No, just focus on them learning how to fight, really, and how to even fight with the powers attached to them, and just nothing but that for the movie. No Zords, not yet. Just people trying to get used to their powers in time to face the established big bad of the first film. And it doesn't even necessarily have to do with Rita head on, which I'll get into her later, but one of her more powerful minions. Like, it could be like Goldar 2.0 or the spiritual successor of him. Whatever it is, just have something that can show off the Rangers' comfort with their powers and then coming together to work as a team. I'm kind of thinking like a Marvel's Avengers meets Batman Begins kind of angle with this first movie. Now, for the characters Rita and Zordon, I can see them being done various ways, but they could keep their names, or they could even switch them up to have them have the names of the old Z Ranger ones. That could be said with the whole movie plot if they stick with the American story, or have some influence of the Z Ranger one in there. Now, I personally wouldn't mind if they did it where they meet it halfway, where they keep Zordon's name, but they change Rita's name to Bandera. But as far as the Rita reference goes, they'll probably do something crazy like have Bandera be the true form, but Rita is her human form. It's almost like an evil version of Gem. Now, most importantly, they said they're looking to start a franchise here. And with many movies come and gone, you don't always get what you want in that regard, but I've always wondered what it would be like to just form a trilogy out of this. Now, as I stated before, have the first movie involve them coming into their titles, realizing the whole power and responsibility angle. But then you can have post-credit tease where that can hint to the coming of the Zords. Then you can have them in the sequel where the plot goes past Angel Grove or whatever city they decide to base this in, most likely New York, and make the threat more global. And Rita / Bandera, whatever, makes the monsters grow and have the Rangers battle one or two, maybe three big monsters with their Zords still separated, and save the Megazord for the finale. And then boom, all that's done. And it'd be kind of like a remix of the first movie, only more heavily armored. That's, of course, assuming they keep with the original Zord concepts, or they go a whole new route, which they can totally do. It's their show. They got budgets to work with just like us. But with these two movies now showing the groups with a bigger sense of unity and respect for one another, the third one's got to have the breakdown and then revival. But going back to the second movie, let's say Rita's doing what she does, messing up everybody's weekend, but it's all for the sake of getting enough data on the Rangers together to hit the audience in the post-credits with the construction of the Green Ranger. Now for the third movie, now you got the Green Ranger fully out, he's ready, he's armored, taking everybody out, messing up their whole life. Monsters are now stronger with his influence, Dragonzord whoops the Megazord, filler, turncoat, sixth Ranger, Rita dies, game over. Or is it? Because as bad as Rita is in this, you, the audience, not the Rangers, nobody in the story will find out that she was only leaving the seat warm for her boss. And in the post-credits to the third movie, you get a tease of Lord Zed. But one other thing I'd like to add to the third movie, like have a transition of power that could be hinted at the second movie to the new Rangers, planting the seeds for Zach, Trini, and Jason to be replaced by Adam, Aisha, and Rocky, respectively. You know, another throwback to a moment from the original series. But I've said enough though. What would you like to see happen for the new Rangers reboot movie? Fanboys, purists, I know you're out there. Andre already talked to you about yourselves, so I'll leave you alone. But everyone, regardless of where you stand, leave comments, video reply, stand and be heard. Until next time, and scene.